auf einem Pro-Tour-Event. Einer, der inzwischen auf Weltranglistenplatz 42 steht. Spitzname Frettchen. The Ferret, Johnny Clayton. Johnny Clayton nimmt es mit dem Weltranglisten 18. auf. Ein ehemaliger Rugby-Spieler, der es innerhalb von 5 Jahren geschafft hat, sich in die Weltspitze zu spielen. Er hat in diesem Jahr sein erstes Major-Finale erreicht bei den UK Open, das er knapp gegen Peter Wright verpasste. Aus Wales, the Iceman, Gerwyn Price. Und der Caller dieser dritten Partie ist der Mann, der auch das World Grand Prix Finale zuletzt gecallt hat. Der Calculator. Herzlich willkommen, Kirk Bevins.
Well, they're both Welsh. They're both former rugby players, but only one of them is called the Ferret. They have both won PDC titles. It's Gerwyn Price, the Iceman, versus the Ferret, Johnny Clayton. Here at the Happy Bet European Darts Trophy, fighting out for a place in the final day of action. Already seen convincing win for Keegan Brown and Alan Norris, averaging 97, despite the fact he's sleeping in metal gauntlets to deal with his carpal tunnel syndrome. But he's back, is Chuck. It's what he's literally just said to me right now. Turned it on at the back end of last year to win the final European Tour event of the year. Can he do the same, Alan Norris? Or can one of these two go and claim a maiden European Tour title? Gerwyn Price has certainly been knocking on the door this year. He's played some excellent stuff on the European Tour.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg is Johnny to throw first. Game on!
I'm Dan Dawson, Paul Nicholson alongside me for this one. It's the Iceman versus the Ferret in the second round of the European Darts Trophy.
Yeah, I spoke to Johnny Clayton about 2 hours ago about yesterday's performance, and he said he was just very nervous playing against a man who was averaging 180 after his first 3 doubles on the European Tour, as he tweeted.
Went downhill after that, didn't it?
Yeah,
it
always does. But he said to me, Johnny, that he feels 100 times better today, just a bit more comfortable, an extra night's sleep after what has been a crazy couple of weeks.
57.
South Wales derby. Now we've all said that German darts is in a pretty good place. What about Welsh darts?
Well, it's not a bad place, is it?
121.
You've got a guy in Gerwyn Price who's a major finalist this year, and in, I believe, with a very, very strong shout for a Premier League spot.
121.
Johnny Clayton's just picked up his first title. Former world champion Mark Webster apparently played ridiculously well on Monday night to qualify for the World Series finals.
Let's not forget about Jamie Lewis.
Yeah, Jamie Lewis there as well. It's not been a great year for Jamie in terms of the darts.
46.
He's a lad with talent. You know, he's a former Euro Tour finalist.
Yeah, Welsh darts has always been very strong from the very first
60.
World Championship, which was won by a Welshman.
37.
Who's to say that a Welshman won't go on and win one this year? I wouldn't bet against them. Who wins between a ferret and an Iceman?
Johnny,
or a dragon and a dragon? That's good. That's good. It's only just in, mind.
80. You require 94.
Always leaves tops. Always. Oh, why do you leave tops when you throw it in a one, man?
Johnny, you require 40.
Hideous dart.
Can Johnny find it? Double 10. He had a few missed darts of doubles yesterday, but he'll take that
Johnny
one.
Clayton, second leg is going to throw first. Game on.
Memory serves me right. A couple of events ago on the European Tour, Gerwyn had a very uncharacteristic day on tops. He just couldn't hit it. Is today going to be one of those again? Well,
100.
for someone who professes that double top is his favourite double, that was, as Dickie Bird would put it, it is a wide.
Yes, quite.
180.
Maximum. for the Iceman. 320 points scored in his first 2 visits.
140.
Going price, look, I mean, he's a Robert Thornton type player.
127.
He's all about hitting treble 20 and double top. That's his entire game is based on that. But the thing is, as
59.
we know,
Going to require 54.
it's a very simple way of playing the game, but it can win you things. It can win you titles. It can win you big titles. Going Price has won 2 Pro Tour titles.
Game shot in
And
the
he's
second
hit double
leg.
10 for a 12-dart leg there to bounce
first.
straight
Game
back after missing a dart in the opening leg.
I've always said that if you have a favourite double, you've got to be good at the
81.
split double as well. James Wade has been the main advocate for that for many years. If you love tops, you've got to love 10s and 5s as well.
Yeah.
That's one of the
62.
reasons why Thornton's so good at it, because he's brilliant on double 5. In my opinion, the best double 5 shooter in the world. But Gerwin Price
100.
has got to have a love affair with double 10 as well. If you like 16s, have a little relationship with double 8 and double 4. It's just
99.
the way it's got to be, because in a game of precision, a game of millimetres, you are going to miss now and again.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, there was some, you know, there's a lot of guys on
60.
social media who put stats together, and I can't remember who it was, but they'd done a breakdown of the top 20 in PDC darts and how often they leave specific doubles.
57.
And Gerwin Price, out of the whole top 20, was something like 70% of his darts at double are at double top. More than anybody else.
100.
And he will bend over backwards to leave double top. But I know you're simplifying the game to a point where it's fine. I've got 501
9
points to do.
scored.
I'll just keep counting the
And
treble
you
20,
require
and then as soon as I get
160.
down to about 200, I think about how I'm going to leave tops, then I'll hit it. That's it. That's all you need to do.
It's a bit like
100.
Mervyn King's approach to double 16.
Yeah. I mean, Mervyn, ridiculously, if he's got 80 left for 3 darts in his hand, he'll go treble 16 for double. I mean, he may end up only getting a dart at the bullseye
Johnny requires 60.
rather than a dart at double, and he's a very good double top hitter, Mervyn King.
Tops for
Game shot on
Clayton
the third
is all
leg.
right this
Johnny
time.
Clayton. All leg is going to throw
No
first.
problems
Game on.
whatsoever. And of course, these guys met, what, 9 months ago? 9, 10 months ago?
At the World Championship?
95.
At the Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, well, that is... The thing is, Gerwin has moved into, you know, the top... Well, he was... I think he just snuck into the top 16
137.
briefly. He's just outside the top 16 at the moment in the world. But he's never won a game at the World Championship where the
55.
most money is on offer. And he has the game to go on and run at the Worlds. And if he does, then he's going to absolutely shoot up the ranking.
108.
Johnny Clayton fires in 180.
It's a bit like Peter Wright getting all the way to number 3 or 4 without winning a major.
60.
And now he's won one and more European titles. That's why he's world number 2 now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look. People have questioned
80.
whether Gerwin Price can cut it in the Premier League. Now, I think as a major finalist, he's got an excellent claim to be in the Premier League next year, as well as just his
140.
general stage
Johnny
persona. I
104.
think he's box office stuff. But I tell you what, if he goes and wins a couple of games at the Worlds, as Johnny Clayton looks at double 16 for 3-1,
Yeah,
and he
he's on
takes
the
it out
ball
for
there.
104,
Johnny Clayton.
and this is good stuff from the
The
ferry,
leg is
gets to
Johnny
break a
throw
throw.
first. Game on.
But if he does go and win a couple of games at the Worlds or goes on a run to something like the quarterfinals, suddenly you'll see his ranking change dramatically, and then a Premier League spot suddenly looks like an
81.
obvious choice.
Correct.
I mean,
Johnny
more
Clayton,
obvious than the fact he's made the UK Open final. I mean, how many major finalists have we got this year? There's not many.
140.
We've had 3 new major winners this year, and it's still not like we've got loads and loads of brand new major finalists, is it?
108.
But I tell you what, Johnny Clayton, do not discount this lad. Gary Anderson himself, the 2-time world champion, has said that Johnny Clayton is a
82.
top dart player, and we haven't seen the best of him. Lo and behold, he's gone and won his first title this week, and I've always thought he's a player who could go and do something at one of these.
60.
could be this weekend. Could be the best week of his career. It's pretty much the best week of his career already. it could be even better.
100.
If Gerwin Price looks to the skies for inspiration. Well, that 180 was inspiring, and he might need to hit this 99 now.
Oh my word! What a
140.
couple of visits that is. Johnny Clayton, 180, 140. Gerwin Price, 180 tops. He always leaves tops, but he's not hit it.
And it is tops that Johnny Clayton requires for a 4-1 advantage. Said he was comfortable. He's proving it. And not just the fact that he's more comfortable in himself today. I feel that Johnny Clayton is comfortable playing against Gerwin Price.
Well, he seems it, doesn't it? I mean, he's only got a couple of wins against Gerwin Price in their 5 meetings, but the big one of the World Championship obviously went Johnny Clayton's way. He won that 3-1. He was very impressive in that game.
83.
Johnny Clayton. Three other times, including 2 times this year, once in Barnsley, once in Milton Keynes. Gerwin Price has won. He's won it 6-4 on both occasions. But right now, Johnny Clayton is flying, and he's averaging
100.
What, 95? Doesn't surprise you, does it? This is what the ferret can do. Oh, 96.
100.
What's more, he doesn't look too bad for a 52-year-old.
Ah, well, yeah, 52-year-old Johnny Clayton. He's not really 52, but when he appeared at the Grand Slam for his debut, Sky Sports seemed to think he was 52. They certainly put it on the graphic, which seemed very funny.
I'm not sure Johnny was laughing about
No,
this.
I don't think he was. Don't think he was, but I was myself. Oh, well.
Can he get another one in there?
85.
No, he can't. Just felt that was a slightly awkward angle, that first dart. But get a win, as it's pronounced in Wales.
79. Johnny Urick
Will he get another visit? 133 is very tricky. Treble 19. Will he go double? Oh, double 19 for double 19. Could have been the shot. 66, however. He's going to leave tops again. Tops it is. Tops he gets. Gets him back in the match. Gets him close to Johnny Clayton. But Johnny's got that very valuable break.
Yeah, nice little shot that, wasn't it? A little sweep up the board, 14s to 12s to double top.
41.
Alan Norris is a guy who always talks about this, about aiming in similar areas of the board. Do you, as a professional player, find that helps? Being able to go, there's one target, the next target is just next to it, and the next target is just next to that, rather than moving, say, you know, treble 19, single 18, double 11.
100.
Yeah, you want to try and compact things as much as you possibly can, and that way you don't have to really shift your shoulder or your stance as much. That's 85. Why I like the idea of double 19 there. You have nothing to lose, because if he misses it, Gerwin Price is going to get a shot at the double, so you might as well have a crack at it. And
60.
It's one of the reasons why we're seeing people go double these days, as opposed to going for, say, a treble 20, double 8. They go maybe double 19, or
83.
double 18 for tops. Try and keep things as close together as possible.
I mean, you can understand when players are putting literally darts in the same bed, because you could use the physical dart itself as a guide. But even just having it in a similar area of the board, do you think? I mean, is it just a thing with rhythm where you're not having to readdress and look at a different part of the board? You're able to just, oh, that's hit, I'll just carry on. I'm looking at the same area. It's much easier for me to maintain my rhythm.
That's absolutely right. And let's take 100 as an example, with Gary Anderson as the example. Rhythm player.
81.
He hits the 60, goes straight for tops in a line. Hits the 20, tops in that same line. So in his own mind, he knows what he's doing. He's staying up
92.
Top.
Johnny
Whereas
119.
with Mervyn, for instance, on 80, he knows that he's going to go 16-14 bull. But now, Johnny Clayton decided to do that yesterday. He hit it yesterday. Today, he might give Gerwin Price a shot at the bull for this 1-2-2.
Well, he's got away with that, Johnny Clayton. He could have gone 12 bulls on with his last 2 darts. In the end, he tried to leave double 16, and he gave Gerwin Price a sniff of a chance. But he's snuffed that out now. It's only a 20-dart leg, but it does put him within 1 leg of knocking out the seeded player here, Gerwin Price.
One thing I've just remembered, Dan, as well.
140.
2 champion of champions.
Yes, the Worthington champion of champions.
Yeah.
Successive years, weren't they? I think Ferret took it off the ice in terms of the title.
Yeah.
I think Gerwin went quite deep into the following year as well.
Yep.
Have you played in that?
140.
Not yet. Might have a dabble in it next year. Best of 3 all the way through. Old News of the World format. Brutal format. But
60.
only great players win that tournament. Paul Hogan's the champion at the minute, and we know how good he is.
Yes. Yes, we do. Well, Johnny Clayton,
57.
he came here this weekend knowing that as a PDC title winner for the first time, but, you know, he is in quite an elite group.
85.
How many PDC title winners have we had?
Andy Scott told me last night, I think it's 62.
Yeah, it's in the 60s.
124.
Andy Jenkins was number 3. There's a little factoid for you.
It should be like the international cricket cap. You should get your number, shouldn't you?
46.
Like, printed on your
40.
your cap, whatever.
Game shot on the 8th.
Tops again for Gerwin Price. No surprise that he takes it out. It is 5-3. Johnny Clayton has got 2 legs here where he has the throw, and he only needs to win one of them, and he will not only knock out one of the seeded players,
140.
but he will do what he knew he needed to do to get into the European Championship. It's not completely sure because there are a lot of other players chasing spots in
59.
Hasselt, but he's at least given himself a shout. And look, I think he's dangerous. I think if he does go and make the European
59.
Championship, Johnny Clayton could beat anybody. And I'll include Van Gerwen and Anderson, everybody else in that. Well, not Anderson, because Anderson won't be there.
100.
Gary's just not played the European Tour this year. I'm told that his plan is to not play at all this year and then next year play all of them.
100.
In which case, 2 things. 1, he might become European champion. And 2, Peter Wright's number 2 spot in the world looks a little more tenuous.
134.
Because if Gary starts playing everything, he's not defending anything.
Yeah, it'd be good to have him back as well.
Well, that'd be fantastic.
Johnny Clayton needs a bullseye.
130.
What a setup that is. Johnny Clayton with a perfect visit. Will he ping this 32 play Michael Smith or Jermaine Watermina?
Well, it's the machine gun or the
Game
bully
shot.
boy for Johnny Clayton, because the
Clayton.
Ferret has beaten the Iceman for the 2nd successive big stage game. And Johnny Clayton, the plasterer from Pontevedra, a man who claimed his first PDC title on Wednesday, is into the final day of action, and he is in the frame for a spot at the European Championship. The Iceman Gerwin Price, well, it's the end of the Pro Tour for him, but we will be seeing him plenty more times over the course of this year. The Grand Slam, the European Championship Players Championship Finals, and, of course, we'll be seeing him at the World Championship. But here's Johnny Clayton, your latest winner of the Happy Bet European Darts Trophy.
I think I mentioned you didn't show the 100% of what you can, but you beat the number 18 in the world. That's a pretty good sign.
Oh yeah, it wasn't my best, but I'm getting there slowly. It's a bit nervous, but to play against Gezi, total class player, you don't get to number 18 for nothing, and yeah, I'm happy.
Difficult to play somebody from Wales?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Gezi's a good mate, so yeah.
How are the expectations now? I mean, you won this Pro Tour event, you come to Göttingen, now you beat Gerwin Price. Is it difficult to handle your own expectations, perhaps?
It is. I just try and take it step by step, see what happens. But every step is a tick. Yeah.
See you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Johnny Clayton versucht das mit aller Bescheidenheit. Er sagt, ich mache das Schritt für Schritt, versucht die